So you're thinking about getting yourself a guitar with one of these. Well, in this video, I'm going to share a couple tips on owning your first Floyd Rose guitar. So if you're thinking about getting a Floyd Rose guitar, you've probably listened to guitarists like Eddie Van Halen that just use that trem like it's going out of style, and you want to be able to make those noises. Well, what you'll also hear from a lot of guitar players is they are a lot more difficult to use, and that is very true, and that's why I'm going to share a couple tips before you go out and buy yourself a Floyd Rose guitar. Number one is learn how to set it up before you buy it. Now, Floyd Rose guitars are a lot more complex when it comes to setup work and such, and also if you bring it to somebody to have set up are a lot more pricey. A Floyd Rose guitar to get set up can be anywhere from $60 to $70 depending on where you go, and that's because they take a lot longer to set up. Between the trem and the locking nut, it's really a balancing act to get the guitar in tune, and that's why they charge the extra they do. And therefore, I recommend you learn how to set it up before you even buy one, because before you know it, if you don't, you will surpass the value of that guitar in just setups alone. Number two, be prepared for how much work they are. Going into it, know that setups and restrings take you a bit longer and might be frustrating at first. Just make yourself aware that it is a longer process. Number three, get it professionally set up the first time you get it. The reason for that is they are very hard to set up, but they are even harder to set up correctly. To get a Floyd Rose guitar set up correctly takes a lot of time and someone with a little bit of practice to get done. If you don't have it set up properly, you might think you have it set up, but at the end of the day, it might never stay in tune when you use that bar. So I'd definitely recommend you going somewhere and having it professionally set up, and they might even just let you watch them do it. Number four, don't get pissed at it. That is the worst thing you can do. Don't get angry with it, because trust me, when you set it up for the first time, you're going to want to get angry. You're going to want to throw it across the room. You're going to want to go buy a different guitar. Don't get angry. Just be patient. Walk away if you have to. Set it down for a day. Drink a soda. Whatever you need to do to calm down, do that when you get frustrated with it, because I promise it'll work. You just have to have a little bit of patience to get there. Number five, buy a few packs of extra strings when you buy the guitar. All the same gauge, not too experienced with gauges, but strings are a lot easier to break when setting up a Floyd Rose guitar until you get the hang of it. So when you buy your guitar, buy 3 or 4 packs of strings. It's $20 to buy 4 packs of strings, typically if you're using standard strings. Do yourself a favor, get some extra strings, and be prepared for it. Number six, don't get a guitar with a cheap Floyd Rose. Any guitar under $500 equipped with a licensed Floyd Rose is probably junk. Now, I know I'm not the best example using my Charvels with the Jackson JT6 trem, as those are a very cheap trem. However, to me, I really enjoy those guitars, and I don't mind the extra setup work to get them playable. But some of the Floyd Roses on guitars these days are an absolute joke, and they are useless. At least on the JT6, when you spend a little bit of time with it, you can get it to the point where it's usable. A lot of the trems on the cheaper guitars aren't even functional. They are so cheaply made. So don't buy a guitar with a really cheap Floyd Rose. Don't be afraid of a licensed Floyd Rose, but if the guitar's $200 and it has a locking trem, stay away from it. Save your money. Number seven, figure out if you actually want it. Go into your local guitar center, pick up a guitar with a Floyd Rose, and wail on that thing for a half an hour. See if it gets old, because a lot of people, when they think they want a Floyd Rose, they'll play with one for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and go, oh, that kind of gets old. I wouldn't really want to have that on my guitar full time. However, if you sit in the guitar shop for a little bit and you're having a riot, maybe it is for you, but try to figure out first if it's for you before you waste the money on one and then lose money reselling it because you don't like it. Number 8, and probably the most important tip I can give you, if you think you want one, just buy it. I know this kind of goes against the last step I just gave you, but nowadays the trend on Floyd Roses is they're fun to make fun of, and I can't tell you how many people growing up told me not to buy one, and I went against what they said. I went and bought one, and now all my guitars have a Floyd Rose but one, because I really enjoy them. I consider the trem part of my playing style. So if you think it's for you, don't be scared of the extra setup work. Don't be scared of the headaches. Don't be scared of what people tell you. Just go and buy one. Alright guys, so those are my top tips on buying your first Floyd Rose guitar. I hope I was helpful. If you have any tips for the beginners out there, throw them down below. Everybody needs a hand every once in a while. Anyway guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, throw a thumbs up on this video, and any comments, throw them down below. See you guys later.